Hey folks, how you doing? It's Allan Galang from Vancouver. I'm here with my good friend Dianne from Portland, Oregon, and we're just here just to chit chat real quick in terms of Dianne's personal growth, in terms of what she's been able to gain in being here, and how her growth could really help you if you're in that position where you're thinking, well, do I need private coaching? Do I need to move on? Do I need to learn new skills? Or can I just do it the old-fashioned way? You know, go up to my friends and family, read some books, listen to some tapes, buy some leads. Everybody's got that question on their head at the top of their mind. And I just want to let you know what kind of advantages you'd end up having when you join our group and take part in our training programs. So with that, I've got Dianne here to help me out. Dianne, thanks a lot for your time. Glad to have you here as always.
Well, thank you, Allan, and it's great to be here.
For sure. Now, we're talking just a little bit about personal growth in this kind of training environment. The reason why we're getting together today is because a lot of people have that stuck in the back of their head, trying to figure out, well, is private coaching the good thing for me? Is that really something that I should consider, or is that just a waste of my time and my money? In your opinion, before you started getting private coaching with our group, with us, how did it feel being out on your own out there? Being in a network marketing company where you had an upline, but they didn't spend this kind of time with you. They didn't teach you these kind of skills. Like, how did you feel before you started taking part in our group?
Well, before last summer was the first time I had ever met Allan when a friend of mine, Linda, introduced me to this new business. I had been in with her in another business, but she told me about this business, and then she started telling me to go to this conference call with Allan Galang, and I said, well, okay. And so I started hearing I went to this call. I listened to quite a bit of his information. All of it was positive. Nothing, just business or rattling on. And we were talking about us, not selling the business, and he was talking about how we could change. So that is where I got started. I started changing my way of thinking, that life is not, this business isn't just doing it on your own, but finding the right people to help you. And that's what I did find. So after I started finding that, I started finding out new ways of connecting with prospects, and I go, wow, this is so much easier.
Well, let me ask you real quick, because people are probably watching this and thinking, well, what's the difference? Tell people about what kind of training you got before in terms of connecting with prospects. What were you taught before, and what are you taught now? What's the difference between the two?
What I was taught before is to just explain the business, not really sell myself. Sell the business first and sell myself second. Now, many of the distributors did a great job, made quite a bit of money, but they learned in their own mind how to sell themselves. But actually, we were taught to more sell the business and tell a little bit less about ourselves and not find out that much really about the prospect and really what they were looking for. So it was a no-win situation, or I became very, very frustrated.
Why did you become frustrated just because you were selling the business first? What would happen when you take that route?
Really, many of the prospects, of course, I was just buying prospects through vendors, but many of these prospects were saying, "Oh, I don't care about you," and they'd hang up on me. People don't buy from somebody that they don't know or don't trust.
True.
And this I found out, in the last 10, 12 months.
So what's the difference between then and now? What have you learned now up to this point, and how do you feel about connecting with prospects now that you've learned all your new skills? What are your new skills to begin with?
Well, for one thing, I have learned about features and benefits, and I'd never thought about that before, and I go, oh, and that is one of the reasons why half of these prospects could care less, because, a benefit is what is for them, and, most people are saying, well, what's in it for me? If there's nothing in it for them, they're going to hang up and they're going to walk the other way. That was one of the greatest things Allan taught me. And then also I got this for you, and I got this great business, and rattle on and on. You call them up and you talk to them, asking them on a one-on-one basis, let's start building a little bit of trust in a relationship first. That he taught me, and I'm going, this has changed my whole life on how I feel about prospecting now. And to look at these prospects, they all have pain and they all want pleasure. And it's not just one personality. There are several different personalities. But, you can put them into 4 different categories. And this has just changed my life quite a bit. But this is my way of thinking about network marketing and, not just calling prospects, but also other ways of reaching them.
So you're able to reach prospects at a deeper level, and it sounds like you're able to connect with them a lot more than you ever did before. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's definitely true. When Allan started teaching me how to do email videos, I go, oh my God, I'll never do this. But, you keep practicing and you keep doing it, and you perfect yourself.
True.
You don't have to go for perfection, but because you'll end up broke. But definitely, just keep working on it. You get good, and you get better and better.
Which you definitely have, Dianne. I mean, if anything, let me ask you something. You've been here for the past little while. In terms of your skills and your personal growth, had you had to learn all this stuff outside of our group or totally on your own, how much longer do you think it would have taken you to not only discover these kind of skill sets that you're attaining here, but actually get as good as you are right now in learning them and being able to use them on a day-to-day basis? Pretend you weren't here and you had to figure all this stuff out on your own. How much longer do you think it would have been before you got up to this point?
Well, I definitely would believe that it would not have been just 10, 11 months. It would have been a couple of years because in the advanced marketing classes that I started at the beginning of this year, I started finding out a whole lot more about the internet, about all the people that are buying and selling, and millions of people every week that are on the internet. And I started finding out how the internet will work for you, giving you more freedom in your life, and how you don't have to chase prospects anymore. He started teaching me how you don't have to chase prospects because they're going to start looking for you when you give them the right material, and you have a confident person yourself out there on a video or on a website.
Gotcha. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, showing yourself and displaying yourself and making yourself available to all of these people and what you have to offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a big change for you because now people get to see your face, they get to hear your voice, and I'm pretty sure you can tell that they warm up to you a lot more than the average network marketer because they really feel like you're a real human being and that you're not there just to screw them and take their money and run. Because if you were that kind of person, obviously you wouldn't be showing your face and you wouldn't be connecting with them the way that you do, right?
Right.
Absolutely. So if you weren't with us, you probably would have taken you a couple of years to learn all these skills, get good at it. In terms of cost, how much more do you think you would have spent in buying leads that got you nowhere, in buying other advertisings that got you minimal results? I mean, I know it's hard to tell, but try to ballpark it based on what you were spending before. How much money would you have lost had you not been here and had to go do all the things that you were taught before that were kind of working but weren't really giving you the results that you were after? How much more would you have spent in a couple of years for the 2-3 years that?
Oh, definitely. Well, I could have spent thousands of dollars on leads. Now, I was sticking with the lower cost leads, and I said, well, I'm not going to go for the high priced ones because they could say the same word as a dollar lead. So I was going for the lower cost ones, but it was still racking up a lot of money every month, and I'm going, I'm not getting the cash flow back. I'm not making a profit.
Yeah.
And I'm getting very frustrated. And these vendors, they're not going out and calling these prospects. they're
No.
just putting an advertisement on the email or on the internet somewhere, and these people are checking it out, and then next thing they know, they've got all their information for 10 different prospects or 10 different um, internet marketers looking for them or calling them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So if anything, how much do you think you've saved by taking part in our training programs and not going out there wasting your money on leads that got you nowhere in the past? How much money did you save by not buying those leads anymore? Because now you don't have to.
Well, definitely not spending $200-300 a month, and I was one of the lower buyers. Not spending that much money a month on leads has been a relief in my frustration and my stress. You know, when you start having prospects looking for you, sending you emails and leaving you a answer on your answering machine, then you start saying, hey, this is a whole different world, and I'm not going to go back to what I had. So saving money, well, I've saved thousands of dollars, because when you put an ad on YouTube or some of these different short Facebook, Twitter, that doesn't cost you anything, and you start putting put your face on it and an ad on there. Do you know how much money you have saved and how much less time you will use? Because many people are looking at that now. People are looking for different ways of making money.
And that's how you've gotten yourself out there, because of the fact that you've now learned all those skills. And you're not even getting rejected because you're not trying to press your network marketing program on them. You're actually building relationships with these people, right?
Right.
Good, good. And you know what? A lot of people need to know that, because they don't really know what to expect if they're going to take part with us or get the training from us the way you have. And closing off, Dianne, if you had one thing that you had to tell these people that are all checking us out, that are saying, well, private training sounds good, but I'm just not sure. If you had one thing to tell them that really made a difference for you, that you'd really want to share with the public, what would you say?
Well, I'd say, hey, check out my video, but let me tell you who I would like to recommend to you to get further training. To get, it's further training, but to get training from somebody that has the patience to take the extra mile for you, that does not want to walk out or get mad when you say stupid things like, I can't do this. No, it's when you decide to get some training, get in touch with me, because I can give you a great name. And Allan has done a great job at helping me change my life. That's what I would like to do for you, to turn your life around the way my life is turning around. Because it's senseless to waste your money on just one little thing or just go one way. And it's very frustrating, and the stress becomes higher and higher. So don't ever just say, no, forget it. Get in touch with me. I'll help you. I'll help you get trained, and I'll show you better ways to do it.
Sounds good, Dianne. Thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it. Always glad to have you on these calls.
Thank you very much.
For sure. Folks, you heard it from the lady herself, somebody who started off frustrated, spending thousands of dollars on leads. Now, not only does she save that money, putting it back in her bank account, but she knows how to properly invest her time and her money in ways that pay her back 10 times more than she's ever experienced before. And that's the result from being able to get top coaching. Well, I can't say top coaching, because there's a lot of great coaches out there, but the kind of coaches that really teach you how to elevate yourself internally first, and then share yourself with the world in an attractive way that makes people want to keep coming back to you over and over again. If that's the kind of training that you're looking for to really elevate your results, not just by reaching more people, but by converting more people to get more attention and eyeballs on you because you're becoming a more attractive person. If that's your goal, then our group and Dianne and myself, we are the people here that are going to help you do it. Get in touch with us, pick up the phone, replies by email, let us know what you need, and let us help you get the next step going to get you from where you are to exactly where you need to be, but in less time and money and effort spent. Thanks again, Dianne. Appreciate your time, friend.
Thank you, Allan.
Anytime. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Take care, folks. Bye for now.